Today we're learning the second episode of the series You Understand English But You Don't Speak. Stay with us. Why does your mouth freeze even when you understand English?
Because I think too much and translate in my head.
What can you say when your mind goes blank?
I can say, just a second, or let me think.
Why is speaking harder than listening?
Because speaking needs a fast response.
What should you do instead of staying silent?
I should say something simple and keep going.
What makes freezing worse?
Fear of mistakes and fear of judgment.
What helps when someone speaks too fast?
I can ask them to repeat more slowly.
What can you do if you don't know a word?
I can explain it using easier words.
What is a safe way to start an answer?
I can start with, I think, or for me.
Why is translation a problem?
Because it slows everything down.
What should you focus on instead of grammar?
I should focus on being understood.
How can you buy time in a conversation?
I can use phrases like, let me see, or one moment.
When someone asks you a question in English and your mind goes blank, what is a simple way you can respond to buy time?
I can say, let me think for a second, or just a moment.
If someone speaks too fast and you freeze, what is a natural response?
I can say, sorry, can you say that again more slowly?
When you're afraid of making a grammar mistake, what should you focus on in your answer?
I should focus on being understood, not on perfect grammar.
If you don't know a specific word, how can you still respond?
I can explain the idea using easier words.
When someone asks you a question at work and you feel pressure, how can you start your answer?
I can start with, I think, or in my opinion.
If your pronunciation worries you, what is a safe way to respond?
I can speak slowly and clearly.
When your mouth freezes in a conversation, what short phrase can help you continue?
I can say, what I mean is, or let me try again.
If you don't understand part of the question, what should you say instead of guessing?
I should say, I didn't catch that part.
When you feel embarrassed after a mistake, how can you keep the conversation going?
I can smile and continue speaking.
If someone is waiting for your answer and you feel rushed, what can you say?
I can say, just a second, please.
When you freeze because you want the perfect sentence, what should you do instead?
I should say the first simple sentence that comes to mind.
If you're asked an opinion and don't have a strong one, how can you respond?
I can say, I'm not sure, but I think.
If someone corrects your English and you feel insecure, how should you respond?
I can say, oh, I see, thanks, and continue.
If you understand everything but can't respond fast, what is a helpful strategy?
I can use common phrases I've practiced before.
When your accent makes you nervous, how can you answer with confidence?
I can remember that an accent is normal.
If you forget a word in the middle of a sentence, what can you do?
I can pause and use another word.
When you feel blocked in a formal situation, how can you keep your answer simple?
I can use basic vocabulary and short sentences.
If someone asks you to explain something and you feel overwhelmed, how can you start?
I can start with basically or in simple terms.
When you freeze because you're thinking too much, what helps you speak again?
Taking a breath and starting small helps.
If someone doesn't agree with someone but feel insecure, how can you respond politely?
I can say, I see your point, but I think.
When someone asks a yes or no question, how should you respond to avoid freezing?
I can answer yes or no first, then add a simple reason.
If you don't understand a joke or comment, what is a natural response?
I can say, sorry, I didn't get that.
When you feel your voice freeze, what reminder helps you speak?
I remind myself that mistakes are okay.
If the conversation feels too difficult, how can you still participate?
I can listen and respond with short reactions like, I see, or that makes sense.
When you're afraid of silence, what can you say to keep talking?
I can ask a simple follow-up question.
If you feel your English is too basic, how should you respond anyway?
I should use basic English because it works.
When someone asks you about your day and you freeze, what is an easy answer?
I can say, it was good, a bit busy.
If you don't understand everything, how can you respond honestly?
I can say, I understood most of it.
When you're nervous, what speaking habit helps the most?
Speaking slowly helps me relax.
If you feel judged, how can you protect your confidence?
I can focus on communicating, not impressing.
When you want to stop translating, what should you practice?
I should practice common phrases every day.
When you don't know the exact word, what can you do?
I can describe the idea using other words.
If you make a mistake while speaking, how should you react?
I should keep going and not stop.
When someone speaks too fast, what can you say?
I can say, could you speak more slowly, please?
If you need time to think, how can you ask for it naturally?
I can say, let me think for a second.
When you feel pressure to be perfect, what helps?
I remember that communication is more important than perfection.
If you forget what you were saying, how can you recover?
I can say, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
When a conversation suddenly changes topic, what can you do?
I can listen and ask a simple question about the new topic.
If someone corrects your English, how should you respond?
I can say, thanks for correcting me.
When you want to show interest but don't know what to say, what helps?
I can say, that's interesting, or really?
If you feel tired but want to be polite, how can you respond?
I can say, I'm a bit tired, but I'm okay.
When you want to end your answer simply, what can you say?
I can say, "That's it," or "That's all."
If you feel stuck again, what is the most important thing to remember?
Speaking a little is better than not speaking at all.
When you feel your mind goes blank, what is the first thing you can say?
I can say, "Well," to start speaking.
If you feel nervous at the beginning of a conversation, what helps?
Starting with a simple sentence helps.
When you don't know how to continue, what can you do?
I can ask, "What about you?"
If you're afraid of your accent, how should you think about it?
My accent is okay as long as people understand me.
When someone looks confused, what should you do?
I can repeat my idea more slowly.
If you feel your answer is too short, what can you add?
I can add one small detail.
If your answer comes out wrong, what should you do next?
I should correct myself or continue.
When you accept imperfection, how does your speaking change?
I speak more freely.
If someone doesn't understand you, what is the best response?
I can try saying it in another way.
When your mouth freezes, what is the most important thing to remember?
Saying something is better than saying nothing.
If you speak even with mistakes, what happens over time?
Speaking becomes easier.
When you use simple English, how does it feel?
It feels natural and safe.
If you had one rule to follow when freezing, what would it be?
Keep it simple and keep talking.
Where can I learn more?
On Quick Speak Q&A. See you in the next episode.